Ever wonder why men seem like they're willing to sleep with almost anyone, but when it comes to actually settling down, they become cold, distant, or impossible to pin down? You hear women say all the time, "Why won't he commit?" Or "He was so into me at first, and then he just disappeared." Here's the truth, and most people won't admit this. Men have two completely separate categories for women. One for women they'd sleep with, and a much smaller, rarer one for women they'd commit to. That's not because men are broken or scared of love. It's because they're wired to filter differently. Let's break this down. Most men are attracted to a wide range of women sexually. If he finds you physically appealing, it doesn't take much for him to want to sleep with you. That category is massive. Curvy, skinny, shy, bold, it doesn't matter. If she's attracted to him in that moment, she goes in that bucket. That's the "I would" category. But emotional connection, loyalty, long-term investment, that's a whole different game. That second category, the one where a man actually opens up, commits, and sticks around, is razor thin. And that's where the disconnect happens. A woman might assume that because a man sleeps with her, he sees her as a potential partner. But for men, sex is more casual. Emotional connection is rare. He's not trying to be cruel. He just doesn't feel the deeper pull with most women. The few that get into that second category are the ones who offer more than physical appeal. They offer peace. They offer respect. They make him feel like a man without competing for control. And most importantly, they don't bring chaos. A man's dating strategy is rooted in access and filtering. Access to sex is the easy part if he's high value or has good game. But filtering for a woman he can actually trust, who brings value into his life without draining him, that's the real challenge. Because he knows the wrong relationship can destroy everything he's built. So while he may sleep with many, he invests in very few. Another layer to this is that men are wired to spread their seed, but they're also wired to protect it. That means they are cautious about commitment when paternity, loyalty, and peace of mind aren't guaranteed. That's why modern dating is so tough for men who are looking for something real. In a world where casual sex is everywhere, and loyalty is seen as old-fashioned, men have adapted by detaching emotionally from most of their encounters. They enjoy the physical side, but keep their guard up mentally and emotionally. Men are also extremely visual creatures. That's not shallow, it's biological. They're wired to notice youth, softness, health, traits that signal fertility. This doesn't mean a man can't value other traits. It just means the visual is what gets the girl in the door. It's the first filter. But once she's through that door, the question becomes, what else is there? That's where most connections fall apart. Because once the novelty fades, he sees what's underneath. Is she argumentative? Is she masculine in energy? Does she compete instead of cooperate? Does she bring drama instead of calm? Most men are drawn to peace. That's the one thing that separates a fling from a relationship. Peace. A woman who brings that into a man's life becomes rare in his mind. She's not just another option. She's the exception. And that's who he starts to think about differently. That's who he protects, who he invests in, who he chooses. Keeping in mind that the physical standard is met, aka, the woman is not fat. A man will choose a woman who is warm, affectionate, bubbly, and doesn't create chaos in his life. But here's the twist, because this strategy is misunderstood. A lot of women try to force their way into that second category by doing too much. They try to earn commitment through pressure, withholding sex, or emotional manipulation. That never works on a man with options. It usually backfires. The moment a man feels that you're trying to trap him into commitment without earning his affection, he pulls back. He may still sleep with you, but emotionally, he's gone. His strategy is defensive, not just selective. You'll also notice that most men don't need a relationship to feel fulfilled. They focus on their purpose, their work, their freedom. That's their baseline. If a woman can fit into that world without disrupting it, she gets long-term access. But the moment she becomes a source of stress or control, he cuts it off. Quietly, swiftly, and she's left wondering what went wrong. This is why it often seems like men don't want to commit. It's not that they don't want to. It's that most women don't pass that internal filter. They might be great for a night, but not for a lifetime. And men don't say this out loud because society punishes them for it. But deep down, this is the logic guiding their choices. So what should a man do with this awareness? First, be honest with yourself about what category a woman belongs in. Don't confuse temporary lust for long-term potential. Second, stop feeling guilty for filtering. You're allowed to be selective. You're allowed to protect your energy, your peace, and your future. Third, don't be afraid to walk away if a woman doesn't offer more than looks. A pretty face is everywhere. Peace and loyalty are rare. And if you're a woman watching this and wondering how to be in that second category, here's the truth. Stop trying to manipulate your way in. Manipulation to man feels like an attack. It feels masculine. Start bringing value that goes beyond appearance. Be feminine. Be kind. Be affectionate. Be peaceful. That's what opens a man's heart, not just his wallet or his bedroom door. Keep in mind that you still need to keep yourself fit through diet and exercise, and make sure to seal the deal in your younger years before your looks start to fade. At the end of the day, the male dating strategy is simple in structure, but deep in meaning. Men are open to many, but commit to few. Not because they're broken, but because they're built to protect what matters. They're not afraid of love. They're afraid of losing everything to someone who doesn't value them. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Until next time.